Called the trip of a lifetime, and for more than 140 veterans from Boone County, a chance to get the thank you that some never received for their service. Tonight, Elias Johnson takes us to Washington, D.C. for part one of War Stories with the Boone County Freedom Flight.
Cell phones rolling and war stories flowing. 146 veterans on 4 buses from Boone County have reported for duty at our nation's capital.
The trees are thinning out, so that's going to be to our benefit.
Today's mission will be one of the toughest these sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines have been given in decades. Take everything in and try and stay awake for roughly 20 hours.
That was pretty impressive. When we were trying to recruit the vets to go on this flight, 80% of them said, I don't want to take someone else's seat. And I can understand that, but once they're here, and now that they're here, they are just fulfilling a trip of a lifetime. They are just loving every minute of it.
Thank you so much for your service. We appreciate it so
welcome.
much.
I do it again on the 2nd.
Oh, good.
95-year-old Clifford Robinette will be 96 in 3 days.
Hi, sweetie.
He's waited a lifetime to see the World War II memorial he helped inspire.
I'm just overwhelmed. It makes you speechless to try to find new words to describe. It's almost like being on a hallowed ground, like Abe Lincoln said at Gettysburg.
Over a half-century since his last patrol in the Pacific, messages etched in stone are as real today as they were 75 years ago.
I lost lots of buddies. There was times of great fear and great danger, and you knew it. But anybody that said he wasn't afraid, you know, in certain situations, well, you know, that wasn't true. I remember, I'll never forget.
Arlington National Cemetery has a way of reminding everyone the sacrifices made by so many.
You have to see it to believe it. It's just, and then to see all those markers it's sad.
On this day, Navy sailor Charles Lovin has a chance to honor fellow sailors lost aboard the USS Nevada by laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
War is terrible. It's just sad, sickening. You're kind of numb. I mean, it's hard to explain. I mean, I stood there. Of course, I can't stand as easy as I used to, but it's just numbness. That's probably the greatest honor I've ever had.
First to fight for right and freedom.
Each veteran is eager to honor their branch. Marines broke out into song at Iwo Jima. Sailors posed for pictures at the Navy Memorial, and everyone had the Air Force to thank for this stunning view of Washington, D.C.
W-18 and Line 98.
But not everyone has been looking forward to this day. Vietnam veteran James Lewis has been avoiding it for 40 years.
I didn't think I'd ever do it, but I'm going to do it today. I don't know, they've just talked me into it, everybody, and now that I'm here and everybody's been supporting this, I got to do it. So,
what's been the reluctancy?
I don't know, I just didn't want to think about it.
He's searching for Robert Eugene Schmidt from his platoon in Vietnam, killed by friendly fire, one of over 58,000 names on the Vietnam Memorial, and just one of a handful Boone County veterans are searching for today.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When a familiar name is discovered,
Brian Wilson from Curlew, Iowa.
You can understand why so much pain surrounds this moment.
He was my high school best friend. They talked him into re-up and go back over there for 3 months to get an early out. 2 weeks later, they brought him back in the bag.
Thank you for your service.
This is the first time some of these Vietnam veterans have ever been thanked for their service. But with a simple pencil and paper,
There you go, guys, thanks.
a 40-year weight has been lifted.
There you go, Sarge, we didn't forget you, we got you.
And the trip of a lifetime has been fulfilled.
I think it kind of gives you a chill when you really look at it, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to see it, really enjoy it.
From our nation's capital, Elias Johnson, Local 5 News. We are Iowa.
What a deserving honor for those guys. Tomorrow night, the story continues with an emotional conclusion the veterans had no idea was coming. Join us for part 2 of War Stories as the veterans make their way back to Iowa.